Hey guys, I just feel like it's time to just talk about some things that I don't really talk about at all. Just a lot to do with my situation right now as a single mother and how that's affecting my mental health. My mental health is something I've been dealing with for as long as I can remember. It's a struggle. I'm sure anybody out there who struggles with any type of mental illness, whether it's depression, anxiety, or anything else, can relate to how complex it is. It's not a black and white situation where you're either depressed or you're not. It's just a million different things going through your mind at all times, and it's a million different situations and relationships and just all these different complex things that all add up to how it affects your mental state. And your mental state is important. It's something that you have to take care of, and something that you have to learn how to take care of over time. I'm 24 right now, turning 25 this year. I'm just now learning how to truly take care of myself. There's so much that I've been through in my life. My life has not been easy, not by any means, not even a little bit. And sometimes I just feel silly being here on YouTube, making YouTube videos. I'm not pretending to have some kind of rich, luxurious life where everything's perfect all the time. That's not what I'm trying to do on YouTube at all. But having a place like this where I can express myself and just share things with people that make me happy inside is really special to me. I go through a lot of moods where I sort of feel like, what am I doing on YouTube? Why do I even have this channel? I feel like I'm not good enough. I'm not, your typical LA girl who lives a luxurious life and drinks green smoothies every morning and works out for 2 hours a day. Like, no, my life sucks. I recently posted a vlog that was titled Becoming a Single Mom, and in that video I didn't actually address the issue of becoming a single mom, or how it led up to that moment. And I sort of did that on purpose. I did that out of respect for the father of my children. It's something I'm going to continue to do. If I am going to open up more, I'm going to do it in the most respectful way that I know how. But there is a side of the story that is 100% me and 100% my own, and what I'm going through. And what I'm going through as a person does relate to what I've been through in the relationship and where I am right now as a parent and a single mom. I can't even breathe right now. This is really hard for me to talk about. But just today, I didn't do anything special or crazy today. All I did was take my daughters to the park. That's like a 5-minute walk away from here. My 2-year-old Elena had a great time. Cecilia, she was sleeping in the stroller so she wasn't, acting up or anything. It was a really great time at the park. And we came home, and Elena she was having a tummy ache, and seemed like she was in a lot of pain. And obviously, as a mom, I was worried, and I freaked out to the fullest extent, when in reality it was probably just a tummy ache, or she might have just had a lot of gas, or who knows. But moments like that where I feel so distressed, I do everything I possibly can, and I know I'm doing the best that I can. I got on the phone with her nurse. I talked to the doctors, and I talked to my mom, who's a pediatric nurse. I talked to my grandma. I sat with her the whole night. I made sure she was feeling well, drinking enough water. I did everything I possibly could. But the thing that really got to me and just kind of brought me to a breaking point today was not having anybody to turn to in that moment of distress. And that's something that's been happening a lot recently. Things will seemingly be going just fine, and then it could be something big or something small that sort of initiates my anxiety or my depressive state. And I just feel like I don't have anybody. People in my life who I consider friends, but I don't have that close person or that close group of people who I feel truly connected to. And I think that it could just all be in my head. The people who I consider to be my close friends, I know that if I had called them tonight feeling this way and told them, I just need to talk, I just need a friend, I know that they would be there for me, and they would do the best that they can. But what mental illness does to you is it prevents you from taking that step to reaching out and asking for help. And a lot of that is because maybe you don't feel like you're worthy of somebody's time. And in my case specifically, mental illness, I just want to say, is different for everybody. Every single person who deals with mental illness, or if you're just going through a hard time in your life mentally and emotionally, it's different for everyone. So in my case, in my life, I feel like I'm constantly reaching out to people. I've been dealing with my anxiety and depression for a very, very, very long time. And I'm fully aware that I'm depressed. I'm fully aware that I have high anxiety. And I'm always asking for help. And I've constantly not received the help that I am asking for. Whether it's family, friends, counselors, doctors, you name it. But I was asking for help and pointing out just how depressed and stressed out that I truly was. The help that I was asking for was not getting returned back to me. And that has now resulted in me not even feeling worthy enough to ask for the help that I need. Oh my God, Siri just started listening to me. That was so freaky. Siri just started listening to me for no reason. Oh my goodness. While I was in the relationship with my ex, I was very emotional, and I still am. I'm just a naturally emotional person. But after he left me while I was 8 months pregnant with a 2-year-old with no job, and he left me in an apartment that was meant for both of us, so I couldn't afford to remain in that apartment by myself. It was a lot. And when he first left and walked out the door, I cried every day, every hour of the day, what felt like every minute of the day. I literally cried 24/7. And that lasted for about a week and a half. After that time was up, I don't even know how to explain it, but it's like I physically can't bring myself to cry anymore, no matter how badly I want to. Like right now, I feel like if I was in my past situation, the way that I'm feeling right now, I would be bawling my eyes out, just crying, like screaming, crying. I can feel it right now. I can feel it in my throat. I can feel it in my chest. But the tears like physically won't come out of my eyes. I know that sounds really odd. I don't know if I'm doing a great job of explaining this. So I'm sorry if this is all over the place. That's how my mind works. My mind is constantly in 100 different directions. I can't make sense of my own mind half of the time, so I wouldn't be surprised if this video doesn't make any sense. But I just felt the need to get some things off of my chest. I'm having a very hard night tonight. And that doesn't happen as often as it used to. I have my own place now. I live here with my 2 daughters and my cat, and it's just me. I feel like I have reached a point where I just can't keep going at this pace anymore. It's like, in a way, I feel like I'm pretending to be okay, like I'm just faking it, like, and I know that see, this is so hard, so complex. That's what I was trying to get at in the first part of this video, is that mental health is so complex, and trying to explain it to someone is like almost impossible. So now that he has left me and I'm alone and I'm a single mom and I have 2 amazing children, I don't know how I feel anymore. Things were so crazy and emotions were so heightened for so long that I became numb to the situation and everything that was going on. I gave birth about 3 weeks or so after he left me. So I was focusing on the end of my pregnancy, and then I gave birth, which was a lot. And then I was recovering from birth, which is a lot. And then I was moving into a new apartment, which was a lot. I had to collect everything out of the old apartment at the drop of a dime, which I didn't have to expect to do. I had to come up with the money to move into a new place because my family was, they were very supportive but unable to help my living situation. It's a lot to ask of somebody to take in a single mom with a newborn and a 2-year-old. So I don't blame anybody for not taking responsibility for me at that time. I was completely on my own. And now I'm at a point where I've recovered from giving birth. I'm in my new apartment. I'm single. I haven't really seen any of my friends. I've tried spending time with family, but it's really kind of superficial. So I just feel very lost right now. Like, I feel like my head is spinning. Like I said, like, things just got so crazy and overwhelming that I truly feel like I numbed myself to a lot of what was going on. And now I just have a minute to sit back and look at everything that has happened. And it feels awful. It feels awful, absolutely awful, to come to the realization of what I've truly been through in my life, and especially in the past few months. There's a lot more to the situation and what led up to where I am now that I would never be able to explain in this one video, because it would just take forever. I mean, literally, it would take way too long to explain everything to you guys from the time that I was like 12 up until now. So anyways, I just felt like coming on camera to have somebody to talk to, honestly. Yeah, I honestly joined YouTube in order to make friends. It's a great outlet for me to express myself and be creative, and talk about my passions and my interests and connect with people who share those passions. And that's what I love about YouTube. When I make videos, the things that I'm making videos about make me happy. So it's not like I'm faking my happiness when I'm on camera. But the thing is, when I'm not on camera, it's really hard. My life is a constant struggle right now. And that's the only way I can explain it. I have been taking medications for quite some time now to help with my mental illness, and something that I would like to open up about in a later video is that I actually spent an entire week in a psychiatric inpatient facility due to I'm just going to say it, due to suicidal thoughts, and the fear of truly following through with those thoughts is what landed me in that psychiatric facility. And that has a lot to do with what led up to where I am. So I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm going to try and wrap it up a little bit. But I basically wanted to say that sometimes I don't feel like I'm good enough to be on YouTube, and I don't live this perfect fairy tale life like these girls in LA and whatever. I continue to make videos, and I continue on with my YouTube channel because I personally feel like YouTube should not be a place for a picture perfect life. You know, I sometimes feel like, you know, I'm too boring to be on YouTube, or I don't have that like out there personality where I say crazy random things all the time. And maybe I'm not as entertaining as some of these other people on YouTube. That doesn't take away from my value as a person, and it shouldn't take away from my value on my YouTube channel, because I'm just sharing things that I love and And I'm just here to connect with people who want to share those interests with me. So if you are out there and you're watching all these picture perfect lives on YouTube and feel like you can't be a part of it because you feel like you're not good enough, I'm here to tell you that you are good enough. And you have just as much value in your life as these people do on YouTube. So even though my life is really friggin' difficult right now, I'm not gonna quit making videos. I'm not gonna quit smiling. I'm not gonna quit posting on social media about things that make me happy. I don't know, my mind is getting a little bit jumbled right now, but basically I just needed to remind myself that I'm worthy. And if you're watching this, I want you to know that you are worthy. Whatever insecurities that you have or whatever hardships you're dealing with in your life, I just want you to know that you're worthy of everything. Everything that you want in life, every goal that you are setting out to achieve, you are worthy of achieving that, and you can do it. Don't let anything stop you. Don't let anything bring you down, because it's not worth it. You can still bring so much brightness into this world that's full of chaos just by being yourself. Don't feel like you have to be perfect. Don't feel like just because your life doesn't look like Alicia Marie's or Shane Dawson's that you are any less important. So thank you for listening to me and letting me open up to you guys. This is probably the most personal video I've ever posted on YouTube, so I'm sorry if things got a little confusing. I know my mind was totally all over the place, but I was having a really hard night, and being able to turn on my camera and talk to you guys is something that I actually feel really lucky to have. In a future video, if you guys would like me to, I can open up more about my mental health and how I've dealt with it and how I have grown from my experiences, and just I'm here to keep opening up to you guys if that's what you would like to see. And if you're dealing with any issues mentally, just know that I am here for you, and I mean that. And that's going to be it for now. So I'll see you guys in the next video.